Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Erev Tov, my friends. Welcome back to another episode in our daily Daven. But as you can note, Tammy is not in her office. I am not in my office. You are not in your home. I am not in my home. We are in fact in our courtyard here at TBI. Because tonight is, of course, Lag BaOmer. We've been counting towards this observance for 33 nights now, and it is lovely to be here with some of our B'nai Mitzvah students. It looks right now that we actually have just a bar mitzvah program, but that's just the way it's turned out this evening. None of the young women in our Bina group were able to join with us this evening, but we're so glad to have these 8 young men with us. We've shared some of the rituals and practices of Lag BaOmer together. We've had potatoes in the fire and played a Lag BaOmer snakes and ladders and done some darts and some bow, the equivalent of our modern day bows and arrow, the various different things. Now you will note, for those of you who are daily Daven regulars, that these young people have siddurim in their hands. If you want to follow along, you can follow along using the live link, which is in the bottom of this feed, regardless of whichever stream you're in. And you'll also note that because they are 12-year-olds of their age living in 2020, most of them are looking at devices as well. That's because they think it's absolutely marvelous that they're currently streaming live on YouTube. And we've given them the login, and you'll hear some of their voices in the chat, but feel free to say hello, wish them an Erev Tov and a good night. And a good evening to it. It's lovely for all of us to be together. Let's return back to that opening word that Tammy brought us together. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu.
And as we move into our service, I want to invite you, gentlemen, to please turn to page 4 in your siddurim. Tammy and I can't stand the way we leave the service with the various devices we have, but I'm going to ask each of you to please stand for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
And as we are seated, we turn forward to page 8 and continue, 6 I should say, page 6, and continue with the Ma'ariv Aravim. Please join me in the Hebrew. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim B'chokhmah Poteach Sha'arim ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, בשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, ולאור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ובין לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב Aravim. We turn forward to page 8 and continue with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Hukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Before we continue with the Shema on page 10 and then the Vahafta on page 12, I'm going to invite you, gentlemen, just to put your phones away and to focus on the prayer book. You've seen everyone in the chat. You've seen the shout-outs from our friends. And yes, I will share that as part of the program this evening. People were sharing some of their memorable TBI moments. And Lawrence, I can see you with us in the chat. Your bar mitzvah was one of them. There were a couple of young men here who were recipients of your lolly bags. And want to say thank you. Not all of them. That's why I keep telling people, you got to come to shul no matter what song, because you never know what's going to happen. That's part of being part of a community. But we're on page 10. I know you guys are in the middle of your various journeys at different points, but I'm going to invite you to join with Tammy and Shema, and then to participate as much and as loudly as you're comfortable doing with the Vahafta that continues on the following page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. On the next page. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשבתך ובקומך, ובשבתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל,
Top of page 13.
ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי ביתיהם לתורתם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בטיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית הוריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
And as we move forward from the Shema and the Vahafta, we arrive at page 16, ready to offer the words of Micha Mocha. But Micha Mocha on this night is going to be a little different to how we often do it, because Lag BaOmer is an important moment in the period between Pesach and Shavuot. It's where we forget about the sadnesses of history, the sadnesses that have punctuated the first 32 days of the Omer, and we focus on that which lies ahead, the positive, joyous experiences. And so we offer the words of Micha Mocha, our song of redemption, with the reminder that particularly on Lag BaOmer is a time for us to not to worry, but simply to try our best to be happy. And that's when I turn to you guys and say, do any of you know how to whistle? So you might have an opportunity in this very, very soon, but just follow Tammy's lead, just don't randomly whistle.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy.
Turn forward to page 19 and continue now with the Hashkivenu. There are two English readings on page 19. Before I offer one of them, I'm wondering if anyone is comfortable to read me a paragraph in English loudly. Thank you. Yeah, but it's going to be a little louder so that everyone at home can hear you.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal One, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai, Shomei Amo Yisrael La'ad. Blessed are you, Eternal One, guardian of Israel now and forever. We turn forward in our Siddurim now from the evening prayers to the Amidah, which is a portion of all of our services. So we move from the page which we were, page 19, forward now to page 74 in our Siddurim, and we get ready to offer the Amidah. Those of you who were with us on Shabbat, this is where we spoke about 3 steps backwards, 3 steps forward. Yes, you end up where you started, but it's a very big difference, because you end up where you started, having chosen to be there. And so, because we are outside, we are going to use this as an opportunity to stand up. I'm going to put the computer that was on my lap down behind me. Invite all of you to join us in standing. I think Tammy and I will not be out of the camera shot, but that's not the end of the world. And we begin together 6 words that start the Amidah, and we go backwards on the first 3 steps, then forwards, and then Tammy will lead us out. Just 3 very small steps.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia kitehilnatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that
page 76.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim Lekoneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevig Yonah Livnei B'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך שמו.
מגן אברהם לעזרת שרה.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני,
מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורה תמיד המלך, מלך מבית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיית מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך שמו.
מחיי המתים.
אמן.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We continue now with a few moments of silent prayer. You might want to pray the words on the pages of the prayer book, or rather the prayer on the pages of your heart. You might want to stare into this gorgeous fire that is burning in front of us and then reflect on those things, or you might want to offer the words that are on page 100 or 101, some reflection, some kavanot. But we will take a few moments for personal prayer before we are seated and continue together. Peace, bring peace down to all of us, to all humanity, but particularly at this trying time to all who are stricken by this horrible global pandemic. We are so blessed to be in this lucky country. Before we turn to Aleinu and Kaddish that follows, we pause once more to remind ourselves of exactly why it is that we are sitting in this courtyard around this fire. It is exactly tonight the Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer, and so we pause for counting of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, eternal one, creator of the universe, who has made us holy through the observance of the mitzvot, and strongly encouraged us to count the Omer. Hayom shlosha v'shloshim yom shehem Arba Shavuot v'chamisha yamim l'Omer. Today is, of course, the 33rd day of the Omer, which is exactly 4 weeks and 5 days since we sat around our Pesach tables. And so we continue to mark that time as a community. We turn to page 586 now, 586, as we continue with Aleinu. And again, I'll ask you gentlemen to please rise. We have to stay seated for a couple of reasons, including finding the page in the prayer book. 586, please stand.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing now for a few more moments as we turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us. Those taken recently as well as those whose passing we remember at this season from years gone by. In a few moments we'll be offering the words of Kaddish Tom, which, gentlemen, you can find on page 598, 598. And I will remind you that as tonight is a program and activity where we're not only leading Daily Daven, but we're learning about the nature and power of community, that when in a few moments I offer the words of Kaddish on behalf of community, as members of community, you're responsible or expected, particularly as you become B'nai Mitzvah, to reply with the bolded words. So you'll see that they're bolded words on that page in front of you, which are the communal participation parts in our remembrance prayer. But as we arrive at that point, it is we first remember those in our community who we are remembering this evening, beginning particularly with Shmuel Rebelov, who is being remembered by his daughter Mamanya Shmukla. Shmuel passed 43 years ago, but his life and his legacy lives on in those who he has left behind. We also take pause to recognize that in this past week we have farewelled too many members of our community, including Leonard Sharp, Alan Lowenthal, Bunty Davis, and baby Azriel Cohen. We also think of the passing of Michael Cohen, who will be laid to rest tomorrow. We think of all of them as we remember and linger on the wondrous gifts of life and those that we have lost, as we offer the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'amad divrach chirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamechon v'cheidechol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach l'olam amei amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabah v'yipa'ah v'yitruman v'yitnaseh v'yitadav v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudisha
B'richu.
le'elam mikol brichata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ba'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
As we are seated, we get ready to bring our daily daven to a close. I want to congratulate you, gentlemen. That is perhaps the most present you've been in any prayer service you've had so far on your journey towards Bar Mitzvah. And we look forward to seeing a lot more of you in shul. But before Tammy leads us in our final song, just for our regulars that are with us in Daily Daven, and many of whom are regulars in shul with us, if you could just look at the camera as we go around the circle, just say your first name and the date of your Bar Mitzvah. Look at the camera. Hi, I'm... Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sol. My bar mitzvah is October 30.
Hi, I'm Sam. My bar mitzvah is 7th of August.
Hi, I'm James and my bar mitzvah is the 13th of November.
Hi, I'm Alex and my bar mitzvah's in December.
Hi, I'm Alan and my bar mitzvah's in December.
Hi, I'm Max and my bar mitzvah's on the 23rd of October.
Hi, I'm Archie and my bar mitzvah is the 14th of August.
Hi, I'm Zach and my bar mitzvah is in October.
And we're going to finish off our service this evening with Ojavo Shalom, or Salam as we know it. Erev Tov, hope you have a wonderful Lag BaOmer. Looking forward to hopefully seeing you in shul this Shabbat.